Hello, 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 hello. Let me just double check stuff. Gotta double check everything. First things first. Some music on, 'cause why not? Also, the thing that I always do. Oh, I probably should change. I probably should change it to Final Fantasy. What is it like? X1, X1V, XIV. There. That's better. So yeah, how is everybody? How is everybody? Another chill Monday stream. Another chance to, I guess, another chance to just have some fun. Talk about what we've done since last week. Tell you what, no, I still got 3 minutes. Let's be fair. Let's wait till when I actually said. But yeah, I've had a pretty okay week. Nothing hugely going on per se, but also nothing I could say is like nothing I could say was bad, you know, in the scheme of things. This is the first time I've played this game in blimmin', I guess maybe, I think the last time I played this game was probably nearly a year ago, if you don't count me going on yesterday to get the car. You know that you have to go for the car, right? When they bring back the ability to have that multi-seated flying car, and the thing is about when I started playing, I think I started playing around the time the car, it was very close to when the car was last here, and so I was in a situation where I just didn't have enough time to get, well, I probably could if I spent a load of time grinding it, but I just didn't have enough to get it the first time. And then I think it might have come, I don't think it's come back since until now. And so when I heard it was coming back, even though I haven't played this in so long, I had to come back and give it a shot. And then I was watching my friend play it the other day, and it just made me want to play it again, you know? It just, that sort of feeling of like, oh, I could see I could get some more stuff out of that. I don't know if I'm 100% ready to start doing some of the higher level stuff. You know, the I don't know what you, I guess like really any raid, any like dungeon or raid or anything like that that's past like Stormblood, I think you need to have, I think there's a jump in difficulty after Stormblood is sort of what I'm trying to get at. And I don't know if I'm ready to go back to that kind of stuff, but I am ready to just play some fun stuff. I might try one of those, I forget what they're called, but they're like, you go to an area and it's like you're level 1 again. I think one of them had like a elemental system, if I remember correctly. I think it might have been added in Stormblood. Off the top of my head, I think I know how I get there. So that might be pretty interesting to give a try. So I might give that a try. Alternatively, I could go on the grinding spree that I've done ages ago, where there's this one kind of dancer outfit I wanted to get. You know what, let me transition over. Somebody told me about this studio mode, and since then, I've been loving it. So this is my character. This is me. Let me get my character thing up. I am specifically Not'a Furry. It's definitely a French name. It's nothing other than that. I'm as you can see, very high-ranking maelstrom person. That's not that impressive. It just takes a bit of time. I've got a lot of these that I haven't really been doing too much of. I might go for this actually. Seeing as I'm here, I may as well do this. But I've done like the ones I wanted to do. Like the Vanu Vanu and the Vath I quite liked, so I did them. Stormblood, I loved all of them. Absolutely love Stormblood. Maybe I'm in the minority in saying this, but I absolutely love Stormblood. Stormblood was really fun. I don't remember why the Pixies have been stopped at 990, but they were pretty nice. And then these people I've not done anything with really. So I could do this. In fact, let's start that off by doing that. If I remember correctly, they're the fire people, which means they're probably somewhere over here. I, for the life of me, sorry, not these people from here. I, for the life of me, couldn't tell you where they are. I think they're here. That's them, right? Yeah, I'm a genius. Genius here. But yeah, thought I'd have some fun. Take my T-Rex, because why not? Where am I going? Like, obviously that's the stronghold, but it's here, isn't it? Yeah, it's this. I should have teleported to that one. I think I repeatedly make this mistake, by the way. Repeatedly have made the mistake of teleporting to that lower one throughout this whole time. I remember that. Anyway, let's do the. Let's go back to how this is actually supposed to be, which is one part chilling, the other part talking about the week. So obviously Monday, I did some of. I think I did some Helldivers last week. I mean, that just shows how good my memory is. I can't even remember what happened. We're gonna do all of them. For better or for worse, we're doing all of them. Or do I do 3 of them? No, we're gonna do 3 of them. The reason is, maybe we can do the rest of them for the further part of the story. But yeah, Monday, really fun. I had a lot of fun playing Helldivers. I think either I need to get a new keyboard, or there is something with my wiring that means that occasionally I just suddenly stop, which does put me off doing this occasionally. But in general, I have enough fun with the game that it doesn't even really matter, that kind of stuff, a lot of the time. Okay, of course I interrupted it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. On Wednesday, we did more Rogue Trader. I'm so glad we found the industrial planet for that, because that industrial planet, and more specifically that like high sensor guy, so fucking cool, so freaking cool. He's just like got all of these like claws coming out, all of these like macadendrites coming out of him, each with like a weapon on them, and like in addition to that, you've also got all of the bloomin'. You've got all the like the literal crab-like legs that it has. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So that was really fun to play. I think I'd sort of not realised what I was missing when it came to that, because as soon as I started playing like an actual, this is a main mission, I realised very quickly that there was a lot more that I was missing from just doing these very tiny missions that really didn't go anywhere. The interrogator absolutely hates. By the way, this is the new car. Look at this boy. Look at this boy. And it actually feels like I fit in this one, other than a couple of the races kind of feel like they don't really fit in them, which is quite funny. But mine seems to be quite okay with that. So that's a real good thing. But yeah, that was really fun. The interrogator guy absolutely hates me, but I've been having a lot of fun, and I wonder if I've maybe unintentionally over leveled. I never thought there was really going to be a thing in... I never thought it'd be really a thing in Rogue Trader, because I went into it assuming it would be very similar to Pathfinder, the game they made previously, and so I assumed that I would be perfectly fine doing all the little stuff, but I kind of feel too powerful, and I don't think my build's particularly like well thought out. I'm not like I'm like this master at like making a strategy. I know for a fact that one of my friends, for example, who played a bit of this game, he made this sort of like set yourself on fire pyromancy build that really was like properly strong. Like it dealt with every enemy he hit died in one shot, like that kind of level. And he got multiple shots with this. So I know I'm not overpowered, but obviously something's happening. It is really cool, isn't it? It is really cool. I don't know what this guy's waiting for. I'm guessing there's some form of like chain of people that go around doing all the fates, because I know that was a thing before. I gotta say, when it comes to this game, yeah, I'm fine if I don't get tokens. When it comes to this game, here's my hot take, because I feel like everybody who plays this game, and more specifically, like, yeah, straight up anyone who plays this game, they have to have an opinion on the. Wow, that didn't give anything. Never mind, we're doing all of these. They have to have an opinion on the expansions, right? Now I've played all the way up to Endwalker, and I haven't done any of the stuff after Endwalker. Literally, if you see up there, it says Newfound Adventure. That's because I literally have not done a single one of the patch quest things, except for I think getting the ability to. No, I don't even think I got the ability to get my own little house that they added. I started just before that whole thing. I ended just before that whole thing was a thing. But this is my sort of like, I guess not hot take, but my take on the expansions. So I know it's not an expansion, but we probably should start with talking about Realm Reborn, right? Now, me personally, Realm Reborn is the most middle of the road you can get with a game that I've seen. The story's pretty generic. The characters are pretty generic. There isn't really, in my opinion, that anything that interesting. Gaius is kind of cool. That's about it. And then they do the obvious thing of setting up the idea of like, oh, there's a bigger threat. He's not the big threat. He was just a small threat. He was one of the generals. Which kind of never really becomes that much of a bigger thing, you know what I mean? It's like sure, you meet a lot of the other generals, right? But they're never a huge thing after him. I could be completely wrong here because this has been a while. But I can remember a couple of the generals and kind of just being like, oh, okay, you're a thing. You're like a mid-boss most of the time now. Which is insane to me. Wait, what? What am I supposed to do with you? This. We need to drown you in a flask of water. Sorry, not drown you, douse you. Douse you. Jesus. The elementals were interesting, although they become progressively less interesting when you realise that they are just carbon copies of every other Final Fantasy game, right? Now, this feels like I'm being overly negative, but I do think that even with some of my complaints of later expansions, the worst by far is Realm Reborn. I think Realm Reborn is just it doesn't try, at least the others try something new. It doesn't try anything. It's another Final Fantasy game. Well, more specifically, it's more like it's just another one of the, it's another generic generic fantasy game. Like, it doesn't even, like, even Final Fantasy games try and do stuff differently compared to it. At least that's my opinion, right? I'm quite low on it. But even then, it's still like a 5 out of 10, right? Like, I'm not saying this is the worst and you shouldn't play it. I'm saying that one of the major humps of getting people into this game is kind of getting through Realm Reborn. Like, the base story's okay, okay, and I could see people getting through that. But then you get to blimmin' the patch quests, and they are emotionally draining. There's a point that I always go back to, a point that I feel like is the reason I go back to it so much is because it is a very important thing to talk about in the sense of this game, because the whole point of it is, at one point in the patch quests, right? So I'm gonna move stuff around and test some stuff. The whole point with the patch quests is this. The whole point with the patch quests. Cool. The whole point with the patch quests is this. You're going into this and you're like, it's supposed to have a story, but it's supposed to get you hyped for the next one, right? And then there's a point in the patch quests where you literally are dealing with something happens and some people die. I'm going to keep it as vague as possible because I don't want there to be any form of spoilers in case someone wants to play this game. But something happens and a bunch of people die. And there is a task that you have to do that I'm sure was initially supposed to come across as like, this is a really sad thing that you're supposed to be doing. And maybe I'm heartless, right? It's entirely possible that this is a beloved scene by other people. It didn't seem like it was in my sort of circles. But then, you know, I'm not hugely indebted into the Final Fantasy 14 sort of ethos, right? But it's a situation where you are moving a body, you're moving these dead bodies from one place to another place. And that's the literal story. You know what? I'm doing this. Why not? Why not? Oh, we failed. Never mind. Never mind. I just wanted to get it out of there. But if they failed, they failed. But you're just moving one body from one place to another place. And that's it. That's the whole thing. And you have to... And this isn't just a quick press one button and it's done kind of thing. This is a... Okay, you do this. And then you move the next body. And then you move the next body. And then you move the next body. And it is blimmin' so boring. So boring. It's one of those ones where I can see why people will get to that point and they'll go, nah, I'm good. I'll go play something else. I'll play something that values my time. Like, that's the end of the day what you want from your games, and you want them to, at least to a certain extent, value your time. One of the reasons why I think a lot of people left World of Warcraft was because it got to a point where it didn't value your time at all, and so the people would just get sick of it, right? If you're like, oh, you've spent all this time doing grinding for this, well, by the time you finish that, we have another thing that you have to grind for, and you don't get the achievement of having this for any amount of time. So that happens a lot, in my opinion, in the patch quests between Realm Reborn and the first expansion, which I call Heaven's Sword, but I think it's Heaven's Ward. I'm probably this is just a heads up, if you're watching this and you're going, hold on a second, this guy keeps calling it Heaven's Sword even though it's Heaven's Ward. I've done it forever. Once a name sticks for me, it just sticks, and I can't get rid of it. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. But yeah, then you get to Heaven's Ward, and Heaven's Ward is my favourite expansion, bar literally nothing. It's great. It's a perfect sort of expansion. You have yourself a story. No, I'm not even going to say expansion. It's a perfect standalone, honestly. You go into it, you're in this new area, you bring a couple of the people. Honestly, the people in the party that at that point I was not annoyed with, I wouldn't have minded the other twin coming. But Alphino, like, yeah, sure, he was a bit of like a posh person, right? He came across as a bit like pompous, but he wasn't bad, and I didn't mind his character. Like, if your character's supposed to be like that, you're not gonna mind if that's how their character acts and stuff. But yeah, I was getting sick of the other scions of the, what is it, the fucking 7th Dawn or whatever. So I was getting really sick of them, and so it was him, and admittedly someone that I sort of didn't really care about at that point, the lady that was a receptionist. But through that story, I actually gained a huge appreciation for her as being one of the few people that actually does something in the Scions. So these two people come with you, and you're in this new and unfamiliar place that you've sort of had hints at, but you really hadn't done anything with. And you come into this place, and it's really on my street, because it's like, Arthurian legend meets like a snowy sort of Scandinavian style country, and it looks really cool, and the main area looks it looks really cool, really up my street. And so you do that, you go there, you meet a couple of really awesome characters, including you happen to meet blimmin', look, it's been a while since I've played it, I don't remember names, but the spear guy, right? The dragoon. You meet him, he's great. He's this sort of like really sort of, I guess in Heavenly, quite edgy person that you meet that seems like full on wanting to kill dragons. And at that point you're like, sure, they're dragons, they're evil probably, right? And you meet them, and the best part in my opinion is when you meet this other character, that I'm going to be really... I realise I caught myself technically spoiling by talking about that, but I'm going to try and keep it again to be quite generic. You meet this other character that doesn't agree with what was previously established, and you are forced into a situation where you are, for a long period of time, with these two characters of opposing views, right? And what I found really cool was seeing the interaction between them. The proper, like, interaction between these two characters of opposing views, and then Alphino as the kind of middleman that went into there and sort of like went, well, hold on, what about this, to each of their points, being like that devil's advocate that sort of made sure that none of them were stuck in a point that just didn't make any sense, right? And don't get me wrong, like, in addition to this, you're also traveling to really cool places. Don't get me wrong. So you do all of this. No, okay. You do all of this, and it's my favourite bit. You're meeting these people, and then the conclusion is a really interesting and cool conclusion that ends kind of like with this. You have a big bad, and then you have another big bad, and another big bad, and all of them sort of, it makes sense, really, because each of them represents a viewpoint, and they represent, I guess, the worst part of each viewpoint. And I really like it. The more I go back to look at Heaven's Ward stuff, the more I feel like it's very underrated, which is weird to say because no one has a bad word about it. And I think they did an absolutely genius thing by going and putting it in the free trial, because it is needed. It is needed to get you into that world. Yeah, as I said, it's my by far favourite blimmin' expansion. I love Heaven's Ward. If they did another one in Ishgard, I would play in a heartbeat. I will say that there is a big thing that happens in it that I will be very, very, very vague with, that didn't hit me as much as I feel like they wanted it to hit you. But then there's another big thing that happens that did hit me that I don't think was supposed to be as big. And the fights are both interesting, and look, are they to the level of complexity that you get in the later ones? No. But are they complex enough that they're interesting? I found them quite interesting. And I find that occasionally, this isn't even occasionally now, I'd say about 70% of the time with the later expansions, you know, the Endwalkers, the Heaven, the Shadowbringers, They made it too complicated, in my opinion. I would leave it and go, okay, so I've got to go here, and then I've got to go here, and then I've got to go here. But don't go there if you're blue, or don't go here when you're green, or it's martial perfection. What's this? She has duties to take care of the camp. Okay. I'll go find her. Do not worry. Oh, is she here? No, that's the chief. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I found it very good, and I will. Oh wait, it's over there. I will definitely rate anyone to just get the free trial. The free trial having Heaven's Ward is honestly enough that I feel like you can get a lot out of it for effectively nothing. Like obviously there's like you gotta pay the upkeep, but you can get a very good, especially with how they've done it, solo like RPG adventure that just happens to have other people there that you don't even need to interact with except for very limiting times. For quite cheap, if you just do that. If you just play Realm Reborn, you get through Realm Reborn having like playing it, but realizing that that's not what you're playing for. Like this is all set up, and then you play Heaven's Ward, have a hugely fun time. Or at least I think you'll have a hugely fun time, and then just end it. Like that honestly is enough. Oh, look at you. You think that's gonna hurt? Like kind of hurt, I guess. Apparently I got a cage key from that. Time to get rid of time to go let somebody out of a cage. Is it the lady that ran away? Or is it this is who she was going for? I know I should be listening to the lore, but it's been so long that I wouldn't know what was happening. I can't get I have no idea. Is that her? Is that she's definitely a Makote. Filthy kidnappers, you come for my little loot. No. No, that's a rock, mate. That's just a rock. Oh, she's insane. Yeah, she's gone insane. Okay, she's gone insane. Wow, this is a pretty like I would be scared of him, but I've killed gods, right? I'm like a very powerful person that's killed people. Why would you think that that's good? Why would you that's not even useful for you. It's somebody that's been attacked by the flames and just not even become one of your servants. Do you want me to go kill Ifrit now? I can kill Ifrit. I've killed Ifrit before. If you'd want, I'd do it in a heartbeat. It wouldn't be that hard. He's a relatively simple boss. But yeah, it's interesting that you can kind of just do your own experience, and with the fact they've added the little like AI people that can no, there's nothing out here. Or maybe there is, but I don't really know what I'm looking for. I assume it's those huge towers, but I don't know where they are at the moment. You can sort of play it on your own and have a decent amount of time. Like, not even decent actually. That's actually being too specific. That's being too mean actually. You can have a very, very good time on your own. Realistically, that's what I did for most of this experience. And I had a great time. So yeah, Heaven's Ward, that would be my number one. Then you have Stormblood. Now Stormblood is not nearly as good, but I will say one thing about it. It's got a pretty cool set of characters that I quite liked. There's a samurai I really liked. There was another samurai I really liked. Sorry, I have to keep this generic because I don't want to be too specific. There was a samurai I liked. There was another samurai I liked. There was the villain in it I like is quite unique because it's a villain. One of the villains, at the very least, is a villain that seemingly has no power of their own. They're just somebody, right? They're just a smart person. Which I really like as a concept, because you very rarely ever see it. And when you do, it's normally like, oh, they're gonna get some super huge power up almost immediately. So I do rate the villains in general, I think. I think my general opinion of Heaven's Ward is that the villains are kind of, they do carry it quite a lot. There is some problems with it though. It suffers a lot with this syndrome that I think comes. It's a problem with all future expansions, I think, which is that they don't settle in an area for long enough. Now, I'm not talking about like having this really large map with loads of things in it. I'm saying that like there is like 3 influences really with. There's like a Japanese influence, there's Chinese influence, and then there is like a Mongolian influence. And it doesn't focus enough in each of these sort of worlds, culture and story that I feel like you get to know them enough. For example, I absolutely adore the Mongolian place called the Steppe. That place is great. I love that place. I just wish I got more stuff with it. That's the problem with it. And I think that's one of the problems I have with that expansion, that I think is a big problem with it. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I actually realize what's happening in this story while talking. She's gonna yeah, right. She's gonna be attacked right now. Ooh, that was a good shot. That wasn't me. I don't think I carry daggers in this specific form. Oh, I thought it was going to be her mother for some reason. But, I mean, that guy's cool as well. I mean, I definitely could have helped. I like to think that if he would just have given up, then he would have just been like, yeah, sure, you can live. And it's only because he did that betraying that he attacked. This is, by the way, one of the reasons why I really wish that there was a different way you could go with Archer, because this person's like an avenger, right? She uses a bow. She's trying to avenge what's happened to her family. She's effectively like Batman, but she's like this. She's, I guess, I don't know what you'd call it, like a anti-hero kind of thing, right? But the way that it works is that she, if she wanted to advance her class, she would have to then become a bard. She would have to start learning music. That doesn't fit her character. It doesn't fit the character at all. And don't get me wrong, I don't like... I have a personal vendetta against bards. I don't particularly like them in a lot of games. But I do feel like a bard is needed in this game. The thing that I feel like it was needed to be was its own class, though. I was saying it in my friend's chat the other day, but I think that bard should have been one of the base classes, and I think it either should have just turned into something like maestro or something, like have it like a more powerful version of it, or have it split where it goes like maestro and dancer, and make dancer the split from it, right? Like I feel like very much I can't help but, like, I don't know, I always feel like the... Hold on a second, let me just do this. I don't care about these, but Battle Dance sounds fun. You reckon there's anything I can get? Is there anything I wanted? I don't remember. And you wouldn't remember, because back when I did this I wasn't streaming. Let's check the store, because why not? We're here. But yeah, I definitely thought that it should have been its own thing, and that I definitely thought bard should have been its own thing, and that the archer should have gotten more like a more ubiquitous. It's more something you could use. What is this? Oh, it's a carriage. Okay. A shield as well. Okay. Just, you know, something that you could use that, No, there's nothing there I wanted. Something that you could use that would have been, like, useful. Like, for more story stuff, right? Because bard, I just, for me, doesn't fit. It doesn't feel like if I'm like this dark hero, that I should be playing music. But that might just be me. What's this? Oh, this is this again. Okay. I just gotta report it. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's a pet peeve I've had, and it's definitely because of biases, right? But I don't know. It's been a thing for me. Anyway, what I was saying with Stormblood. Stormblood, I quite like. Probably my second favorite expansion. It's definitely one of them. Boom. Oh, well now I got access to a better set of wares. Well, I've got to go back there now. I ought to go back there now. Also, I got to do that mission. I'm not leaving that on my on my quest log. But yeah, Stormblood's probably my second favourite. And then you have Shadowbringers, which, if I'm being completely honest, I didn't like that much. It wasn't bad, but it went for a trope that I didn't find that interesting. The villain's okay. One of the villains was quite funny. The like ally character that they added, I thought was a fun, cool person. I didn't mind them. I sort of called the sort of, it wasn't one of the secrets wasn't that big of a deal for me, but I don't know, I guess if I'd been waiting a long time between me doing the stories, maybe I wouldn't remember this. But it was fine. I have no real complaints about it, other than it's just a trope that... Like, I have no complaints about it, other than it's just a trope that I've dealt with a lot. It's a big trope in like Japanese manga and stuff. And so it didn't really catch me as much as it like I feel like was supposed to. And I don't know, it was more stuff with the Scions, and I actually just don't like the Scions. I know that it's weird, and they are like one of the main parts of it, but other than like Yestola, I just don't like the others. Like, they're just not fun. Like, whereas like you got cool character progression in Stormblood and in Heaven's Ward, you get some character progression, but it comes to people that it's not a ton, for one, and I don't find it interesting because I don't care for them. And by the way, the patch quests get much better in between each of the expansions. I will say that as a compliment. And then Endwalker comes around, right? And Endwalker is better than Shadowbringers, definitely, in my opinion. But I still don't rate it that highly. People got to the end of this big ending bit of Endwalkers, and I was like, sure, that's a cool ending. And then there's people that are like in tears about it, and I'm just like, what? It's a shame, but I wouldn't go that far. You know, it didn't get me to the same emotion as it feels like it got to everybody else. Because a lot of those characters, except for like Alphino became my favourite character. It became like it. At very least, he was up there. Yestola was good. Alphino was good. I quite liked Lise. She became quite fun. Other than that, I could take or leave most of the characters. And they're not bad, but they're not like incredible, you know? What's this place? Oh, is that the... Okay, no, that's the place. Fair enough. Can I come here, please? Because I think this is where I go for the thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority. In fact, I know I am. Because I know that it's a beloved blimmin' franchise. I just didn't find it particularly interesting. If I'm being completely honest. Is it here? Is it there? I think it's there. Yeah, Eureka. We go try some Eureka stuff. Because I remember it being okay. I'm never going to you, Wandering Minstrel. You're one of the reasons I hate bards, Wandering Minstrel. Besides, why would I open up the chance that in my random roulette I could get blimmin' that? I'm glad I don't have this unlocked. Because I just don't think I'd want it. What is my thing at this moment? Mine is... yeah, not near enough. Kinda glad. I don't think I'd want that. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a hot take. I think the general consensus is that... yeah, let's go to that one. Why not? I think the general consensus is that, I'm not sure what's... I don't remember what this is. I'm gonna need some time to learn it. Okay, let's try this out. Let's try this out. Why not? Wabam! Wabam! Okay, yeah, I understand what I need to do now. I don't remember what I needed to do. I just thought it was going around having some fun last time. What is this? Sure, I'll take it. Cool, I'll take the blessings to damage. Why not? It's interesting. So obviously, I'm not going to be overly talking about Final Fantasy in the Final Fantasy thing because we're just talking about whatever. But I will say that I definitely have this sort of like fear of trying out tanks and healers. Not necessarily because... I think the biggest reason why I have this fear is because if I die as a tank and a healer, I die and I lose progress for everybody. You gonna attack me? No. Are they gonna attack me? I'm 3 levels higher than them. Are you gonna attack me? No. Okay, good. What about you? Are you gonna attack me? No. Okay, good. I'm in the wrong area, I think. I think I'm supposed to be in the other area, but I couldn't tell you if that's right or not. Let's just return. Why not? Let's see the other area and see if it's better. Yeah, the thing is, it's responsibility, right? If I'm responsible, if I'm a... Yeah, this is the right area. If I die and I'm the DPS, I've fucked myself over. I've failed myself, and the DPS is down, but there's 3 other people, or maybe more, in there that can deal with it. If I screw the whole thing, and I'm a blimmin' and if I'm like a tank or a DPS, no, sorry, a tank or a healer, I could potentially have wiped us. You know? That's a potential, and it's not even like a big. It's not even like a. That's never really gonna happen kind of thing. It's a no. It probably will. That will be a thing. Oh, I'm 29. Never mind. Is anyone doing that one? I don't think they are. But yeah, it's a serious kind of like scary thing that I don't really want. Also, it doesn't help that I haven't figured out how to do like I can press 1 to make it do the 1 ability. I have to manually click them, which means I'm a lot slower, which is really bad when you're tanking, and like not having that damage resistance could be the difference between you living or dying, or if you're like healing, where that heal could be the difference between the other person in this raid dying or living. You know what? Why not? Let's do some killing. Why not? So yeah, it's like that kind of responsibility that I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good doing what I'm doing right now. Where I'm just sort of like, sure, I'm helping, but I'm not at the point where I'm like blimmin' the difference between life and death. Don't get me wrong though, some of the classes seem fun. Like I would love to try it if it didn't have this sort of expectation I feel like on it that could easily have just been my own thinking. But at the end of the day, it's like it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like that to me when I'm playing it. It feels like there's this very specific expectation that is always there. But I don't know. I could be completely wrong here, and it could be really easy once you get used to it. I found that with a lot of complicated classes with the DPS style, that immediately I actually had a very easy time of it once I started it. And it could easily be the same for healing and stuff. I can barely figure out the mechanics as a DPS. Never mind a blimmin' a healer or a tank where I kind of have to know the mechanic. Because if a healer dies, you're screwed. Unless you've got like a red mage on your team or something. And even then, that's only on higher levels. So, you know, it's a weird situation. Gotta tell you what, I was watching, I was just scrolling through YouTube, just, you know, trying to find some stuff. And I came across a blimmin' I just randomly came across blimmin' a blimmin' a YouTube video, and it was Jack Black, and it's just him for this new for the new Kung Fu Panda thing. They've done a song. It's "Hit Me Baby One More Time," but it's obviously Jack Black singing it, and so it comes across as blimmin' this incredible song that I actually found myself really liking, which I didn't think would happen. I didn't think that it would be such a very fun thing to listen to. I would honestly, I'd strongly suggest giving it a shot. Please don't attack me, please don't attack me, please don't attack me. Okay, cool. I strongly suggest giving it a shot and just having a load of fun. Somebody in the comments of the video I was watching was like, Jack Black is what happens when you put all of your stats into charisma. And I would normally agree if it wasn't for the fact that, like, he has a lot of talent that goes behind that as well. There's no way that that guy's going to survive, surely. He screwed himself over there, surely. But yeah, he is maybe the most charismatic person that I know. That's a like celebrity that I know. He's definitely up there at the very least. I know what you're gonna say. You need to turn this to being this. I kind of want it to be the time defensive because I don't want to be taking damage, because I don't have a lot of healing. In fact, I only have 2 instances of healing. But yeah, it was so fun. I would strongly give it a watch. He is insane. Like, he must be like 50 at this point, right? He must be getting on in the years, and he has this insane boundless amounts of energy. And I think it's the sheer amount of confidence he does some of his like moves that just make you go, yeah, that's normal. Whereas like normally if you saw somebody doing that, you'd be like, what are they doing? Right? They'd be like, this is insane. But because it's him, and because he's doing it with such confidence, you're just like, yeah, sure, that makes sense. And so you don't even think about it for a second. I've been seeing on Twitch that there was a couple people that have been going back and playing Fallout New Vegas, which I thought was quite interesting. I gave that one a bit of a shot, and I didn't hate it. I just couldn't really. I've never been very good at action RPGs. And so it came when they started doing, when this was action RPG, I tried it out. I was just like, I'm just getting screwed over here because my ability to blimmin' hit a shot is so bad that I'm actually having like a sheer amounts of problems. What the heck just happened? He got stronger? I mean, he's doing more damage, I'll say that much. Because I've got 5 in... I think when I was given the ability to choose what to put in, I just went, nah, just put everything into one stat. So I'm all in defense or all in attack. I'm not sure if this is the right decision, but it's the decision I chose. I love these crocodiles, they're so fun. Also, I love the idea of a woolly crocodile. I don't know how realistic that is. If there was like some sort of like ancient dinosaur that was like a woolly crocodile. But either way, it's bloody fun. such a cool idea. But yeah, it's been really interesting watching some people play through Fallout, and then obviously adding a load of mods occasionally. And just seeing like some of the mods. I mean, the thing is with that, the modding scene is they have effectively made that whole thing. It's not even a stretch to say that like without mods that game would have probably not been nearly as big of a deal as it actually is right now. Because mods made it what it is. Don't get me wrong though, absolutely adore it. What the hell? That thing's level blimmin' 40! So I might give that a try again. Try Fallout 3, then try out Fallout New Vegas. Maybe try some mods, although because I've got it on Game Pass and I don't have it on anything else, I think it's less likely that I'd do that. I don't think this is telling me correctly. Is nobody fighting this thing? Nobody's fighting it yet. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been it's been fun watching people, and it's been fun. I've been watching Cultaholic, which sounds like it's a blimmin', well, it sounds like it's a cult, like it sounds like it's something bad, right? But it's actually just a wrestling YouTube channel. I'm watching them play through the new okay, we're just starting. Got it. I was watching them play through the new My Rise for the wrestling game, 2K, what is it, 2K28, and god damn it, is it actually look really fun. But I know that I shouldn't buy the game because I tried to play it before, and I realized very quickly that I'm just not very good at it. I mean, this feels like it's a running theme, I know, but believe me when I say it's not just a running theme. But I wasn't very good at like reversing and stuff, and so I was losing a load. And I don't mind losing as long as it's not a load, right? Like, as long as it feels like it's reasonable. And it didn't feel like it was reasonable at all. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. It was reasonable because I was failing. But it doesn't mean that I have to be happy about it. And yeah, it's... But watching him play, this person called Adam Bacici, has been like... kind of like my thing at this point, other than obviously the D&D stuff I watch when I'm at work. My not at work stuff has just been almost exclusively that game. Watching him play that. Almost exclusively. And I don't regret it. It's been real fun. The fact that he puts in a decent amount of effort, like even after the fact that like he's doing a blimmin' 3 to 4 hour stream, he also in addition goes like, yeah, sure, in addition I'm going to blimmin' change up my moveset every time so that it's unique and interesting. DPS harder. Well, that's easier said than done, mate. Like, it's not as if we're just trying to... We're just sitting here doing nothing. But yeah, it's really fun. Like, it's insane watching these people who are just naturally funny, and weirdly that they don't feel like they're naturally funny, even though they are. That's what gets me. Is that they'll be like, yeah, I'm not very good, and I'm like, what the hell? You're like one of the funniest people I've met. Like, not met. Sorry, one of the funniest people that I've watched, right? And I think it takes them realizing that they are in fact funny for them to sort of go to that next level. And the ones that do, without being cocky obviously, will be like, will be hugely more like more successful because they've got their confidence at that point. At least that's my thinking. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a real load of fun. Obviously got D&D as well this week. Looking forward to that. Also, new stream. I don't know if you watch my friends Baronzar Kobel. If you look at his sorry, I had to stop myself and think because I want to get his name right, but I'm really bad at saying names. But yeah, if you look at his, you'll see that I'm actually being part of a collab with him. That's gonna be fun. Going through a game I haven't played in blimmin' ages. I need to be killing something exactly my level, don't I? Yeah, that was a mistake. Don't attack me. Are you 29? You're 29. Bam! Don't adapt. That's all I'm asking. Don't adapt. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to play through that. I probably will stream it on my side as well. But it is. I will. I definitely will. But it'll be interesting to play through that because it's been a while. It's actually one of the first few games I played when I got my computer, because I started playing games more like often much later in my life, like into like early adult. That's when I started playing, and so I skipped a lot of the classics. A lot of the things that people are like, oh yeah, I remember that, that's like a classic of my childhood. It's like, no, I never dealt with it. The only sort of thing I kept up with would be Pokemon. I kept up with Pokemon because Pokemon's my life. I am a Pokemon fanatic. So that would be like, it'd be like, no, there's nothing that cool. It'd be like Pokemon and that's it. And so like stuff like Skyrim, as I said before, something like the Fallout games, for example. None of that I actually played through in any capacity until like much later in my career. In my like life, did I actually go back and play them? I think it was like 2-3 years ago now, but I played through the Mass Effect series. I got them really cheap because unintentionally, not knowing this, the like remastered versions of them were coming out in like about a month after I finished the games. And that's obviously why they were on for so cheap, because they were like, let's sell these while we can, because no one's gonna buy this when the remaster comes out. So yeah, I played through that. I can see why those games are so beloved. Absolutely adored playing them. Cannot rave about them enough, right? Other games, I feel like were very much a sign of the time, because I don't find them nearly as fun as they are hyped to be. Like, I played through Skyrim for the first time a couple years ago. I could take it or leave it, right? It wasn't like enthralling, like it's hailed a lot of the time now as a joke, but for a long time not like a joke, as being like this paragon of like action RPGs, right? And again, there is a portion of, well, it's an action RPG, and I've specifically said to you guys that, like, yeah, I'm not very good with action RPGs, right? So yeah, sure, there is a portion of this being a product of it just not being my type of game, right? I can understand that. I just didn't find it like particularly like incredible, right? In fact, it felt kind of like I got through it, and obviously you're supposed to. The whole big thing with it is you're supposed to like you're supposed to do a load of exploring and find loads of little quests. And I thought I did every quest that came around, right? But I very quickly got through the main story while doing all the guilds I wanted to do. I did the Mage Guild, I did the Companions. And they were fun. They were fun little stories. But there wasn't anything else I wanted to do. Like, it wasn't the thing. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. I did the Companions. I did the Mage Place, and I did the main story, and I was like, cool, I'm done. And I felt like I was done. But my friends were like, well, hold on a second, because of the way the difficulty works, in the sense that in the sense of like the difficulty scales based on your level, and to the point where like you will not meet certain kinds of creatures because they won't look like it. So I went into it, even though I did like a lot of quests, I thought a lot of quests at the very least, and I did all the companion guild, effectively the guild things that I wanted to. I did the... Who is this? You? Yeah, sure. Oh, interesting. So he wants to gather a lot more now that there's more of us. This is kind of cool. I've never done this before. I had a tank with me before. But yeah, it didn't really get to me as much as I feel like some of the other things have. Like it what I kind of expected it to be. I hope he doesn't feel like I'm not doing good, because I do wonder about that a lot. But yeah, I found that I think it's a sign of the times, right? I played BioShock, the first one, and that one does not feel good anymore, in my opinion. It's not bad, but I don't know if I can call it like incredible. You can very much see that it's a sign of the times, and it's a lot of things that you expect from games nowadays, like quality of life features, are just not in it, and it hurts it. It hurts it a lot, I think. I like finding groups like that. I think this ability, the ability to just find people, do a couple things with them and then leave, such a nice little thing that I think, I guess, is one of the reasons why I quite like this MMO. It's the only MMO I've properly got into. I played a bit of Guild Wars, but not enough to even get through like the main story, right? And that game's fun, don't get me wrong. I like playing my scummy builds that I'm not 100% sure is actually a scummy build, but it's all about like keeping them away from me while keeping them in combat with my cool salamander friend. That's sort of why that's why I bring it up as being a bit scummy, because it's just me putting down like traps and stuff to keep them from getting to me and keeping them haunted to my my salamander buddy. It was honestly a load of good luck that one of the first, either I started with it or I like found it really early on, was this like swamp like salamandery drake kind of thing, and immediately I was like, I'm in love. This is my this is now my pet, and I will do everything I can to keep this pet alive. So that was funny. By the way, I'm sure there's a quest I'm actually supposed to do. I've not been doing it. And I don't think I've been doing it for a while. I've just been having fun playing, like, this area that just allows me to kill stuff and it actually means stuff, and I don't get a load of useless blimmin' stuff that I don't really care for. Yes, I did use the word stuff a lot of times there, but you know, that's just what happens with me. Oh, it's funny, my friend, who had, like, also streams, the person I'm gonna collab with. Sorry, I can't get out of just saying my friend and just saying his username instead, but he had his, first person in his chat. I don't know if it's his first person, but he hasn't had one in a while, that was like, they did the opening line that I know for a fact is, "You're about to try and sell me something." Now, luckily, he has something similar to what I've got in his thing for every first-time chatter that says, "Well, hold on a second. If you're here to sell me anything, you may as well just stop, because I do not want what you are selling. I do not want what you are selling in any capacity, so you may as well just stop." And God, that has been a lifesaver. Bear in mind, it has meant that, like, I'm not going to get a lot of follows, but weirdly, I thought that I would be get more annoyed with it, but then I sort of realized that if I see this more as, like, I am annoyed with it just inherently, because I can't lie and say that there's not a part of me that wishes to, as quickly as possible, gain a community that I can, you know, play games with and I can talk to, and I have them in the chat, and, like, you know, it'd be an interesting, like, interactive experience for both me and the chat, right? I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't want that as soon as possible, but I think what stopped me from being, like, as annoyed with it to the point of, like, it really properly affecting my mindset was that just that for one, I'm not putting any stake in this. Said that before. I'm not going to go overly into this because it comes up a lot in my conversations, mainly because I'm doing a stream of consciousness kind of talk, right? And when I'm doing a stream of consciousness, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to talk about, and then obviously you start talking about the stuff that's around you, and what's around me at the moment is the stream I'm doing, right? So it's always going to be like the game, or like it's always going to be the game, or it's going to be streaming, because they're the two things that I'm literally doing at the moment, right? Do I go after these guys? No, I like the turtles. I'm going to continue to wipe out the species of these seemingly prehistoric turtles. I know I could have just gotten the blimmin' sunflower. I'm so annoyed. Sunflower. By the way, this is what I call them. It's these symbols up here. Very, very simple system I've got for the naming of these, right? First off, obvious one, crescent moon. Pretty obvious. It's a crescent moon. The ability looks like a crescent moon. Pretty self-explanatory. Next one, slightly more complex. This one, flower. Just called flower. It looks like a flower. I think it's supposed to represent a flower. I think that's the right way to call that thing, right? Next we get to the one that's kind of the most hard to do. I realised that it's supposed to be a snowflake, but I've never called it a snowflake. I've called it the other one. It's always just been called the other one, because I've never needed to specifically talk about that one. I said it's not the crescent moon and it's not the flower, and they've gone, okay, so it's that one. Boom, level up. They're still gonna attack me. Hey, why don't only you aggro me? No, I don't want either of you aggroing me. I'm gonna continue to run, because I don't even think I could take two of them without a healing ability, and I do have two healing abilities, but I can't be arsed. You're level 28. You're level 29. It's useless as for my chain if I can't actually get the chain. I'm not going to be able to continue this chain. Oh, that's so annoying. Because they're 29 as well. Keep the running going. Keep the running going. So apparently in this place there's a load of people that have like a Discord where they track like each of the fates and how they when they proc, right? I've joined one of those groups before, but I've never been a person to actually actively go and look out for them. And I won't be this time. Just thought I'd get that out there. If you wanted somebody that was really good at tracking this stuff and was going to go into a great detail about how you're supposed to track this and the optimal way in which you're going to do this, my name's blooming Not'a Furry. What did you expect? This isn't a smart man. A smart man does not name their character this joke, right? A smart man does not run through a blimmin' field of enemies that I can't kill. I'm gonna be really sad if this is the dude who was just joining up with me, and he's left because I'm just not good enough. I don't think that is. For my self-esteem, I'm gonna assume it's not. You're not gonna attack me, are you? Oh, it's gonna attack me! It's attacking me! It insta-killed me. Cool. I wanted to get to the level 30s. Have I lost all my XP? I fucking lost all my XP! I spent so long getting that XP. It was asleep. Stay asleep next time. Look, the thing is, I have to go back there now, and I have to grind turtles again. I've got to grind the turtle again. Sounds rude, but it's completely normal. And when I hit your level 30, so help me, gosh, I will bring the hammer down. When I hit level 40, you're screwed, blimmin', stupid blimmin' frickin' thing there. I used so much of my resources getting to that point. So much. Turtles, I need you again. Let me click them. It's nothing personal, Turtle, but I really need to start wiping out your species again because I died immediately to that Void Ice Dragon. That I don't know, even if it's 10 levels ahead of me, how it can blimmin' insta-kill me. Also, it must have bitten through my blimmin' car, which is impossible. That thing's made out of blimmin' adamantium or something. I'm sure. I'm guessing. Now seriously, how do I get to level 30 creatures? Because I feel like that's the only place that had level 30 creatures. I'm gonna hope that that point that they're talking about is... Yeah, it's right there. Cool. How do I get that thing off my screen now? Does it go off my screen? Am I stuck with that on my screen for the rest of my life? Questions that I hope get answered. But I know will not. Hello, Gelato. So do I have to be 2 levels higher than them for them not to care? Or do frozen gelatos just not have enough energy to blimmin' tell me to... Notorious monster detected nearby. What does that mean? Is it that guy? You reckon it's that huge blimmin' red thing? What's the frozen gelato doing? Is he living his life? Yeah, he's living his life. Boom, 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 ba-doom, ba-doom. As you can see, Hrothgar, which is my race, not very popular. Why? Because we get screwed over. Hear me? We get screwed over. We can't wear any blimmin' hats. Yes, that's important. It's very important. Why can't we wear blimmin' hats? I want to wear a cool hat. I have a cool hat. I can't use it, but I had a cool hat. You have to believe me. But nothing, only masks work, and masks just change the size of your face, which is annoying. It hurts, oh my bones. I mean, should I be worried about the bone guy? I'm ready. I don't join parties unless I'm asked, because I'm too socially awkward. Really weird thing to mention, but yes, I am quite socially awkward in most situations, and it'd be weird. It's weird because I'm trying to be a streamer, but it's true, and you'd be surprised how many people are. It's different when there's a chat talking to you, right? And also, I'm not a very good streamer. I don't, get my name out there. I don't play the trendy games. Why is this person saying no one's coming for Ash Dragon when everyone's coming for Ash Dragon? Everybody's here. I'm frozen. Of course I'm gonna die. Cool. I suspected as much. Oh, thank you. That was nice of them. And this, by the way, is why I'm not doing any of the higher difficulty stuff. Because this exists, and I do not wish to deal with this in bigger qualities. I got some lockboxes. Not exactly what I wanted. How do I get rid of this? Oh. Well, that was easy. You notice that I died to one shot? You know what my problem there was? I should have put all of it into defense instead of attack. I just got cocky. I just thought, well, I mean, I must be strong enough to beat them. I might need to turn down the effects to make it so that I can actually see stuff. I haven't done that yet, but it's definitely something that I maybe should try and do. By the way, if you saw that blimmin' weird robot rhino, yes, weirdly there is a crossover with Fall Guys. No, I have no idea why they added it, and what made them think that Fall Guys was the thing to do, bearing in mind that that thing's not really been popular in, like... Has it been more than a year now? Is it 2 years? It hasn't been popular for a while. I know because I didn't play it, but I did watch a lot of people play it. I sort of gauge my, how long something's been on how long it's been since I watched Northern Lion, which is weird to say. So it's effectively scaling it on how long it's been since Northern Lion stopped doing the Northern Lion Super Show. And yes, weirdly, I've realized in the later part of my life, especially when I started to talk to more people, that I think I might just be a hipster. I think inherently I don't like something if it's popular. Just as a baseline. which I think inherently means I am a hipster of some variety. It's weird because I don't actively feel like I make that choice, but it feels like that's what I do. And I'm sure I'm being influenced by something, but I don't feel like... It's weird, right? Because objectively that makes me a hipster. But I don't know. It's weird. Don't attack me. Don't attack me. Just watch it. Watch as I slaughter your brethren. And sit there and just don't... Look, if you start attacking, you sort of... That's not the whole point of it. That's not the blimmin' thing that we're doing. That's not his kink. You know, I was debating whether to say that. I don't know why I said it. I will say I'm hoping that this collab goes better than our last collab, because our last collab was playing, last one I can remember at the very least was playing EDF, and the EDF thing was not good. Not good in the slightest. Not because we were bad or anywhere or anything. We were our normal self. It was because... Oh, look at that guy. Killing all of those dudes. Well, good on him. I'm not gonna actively... I'm too scared to make the first move. Even if we are similar level. But yeah, it was just because the servers were, I mean, they're dead, right? It's a niche game, and it's not even like the latest in the niche game series. It's like, what if like Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 weren't considered incredible classics and were given like have been remastered many times? By the way, I do realise that it could easily be that I'm going to be going into this. What does this mean? What does why is my kettle boiling? What does that mean? And stop calling it a feeble light. That's very mean. It's a grower, not a shower. You know, one of my things that I'm really hoping happens is I'm really hoping, frankly, both of my friends do really well. But I'd love it if the retelling of our D&D game, which Banzar's been doing on his YouTube channel, if that got really popular and people started like reading it, like getting really into it and like asking questions and stuff like that and getting their like favorite characters, I would absolutely adore that. Absolutely adore it, because it would be so freaking funny to... I'd love to see who they like, and whether the actions I take are the actions that people would be like agree with or not. Because look, I've said some stupid things in D&D games before. There was a point in which, because I'm not very good at articulating what I say, I effectively just compared like killing a human to killing like a wolf or killing a bear. And it's a stupid thing, and it becomes like a fucking joke, right? Like, it became like a long-running... Well, not a long-running joke, but a joke that was with that campaign for a while. It's like, what's the difference between this killing a human and killing a bear? It's like, it's the same picture. You know, the whole the US office thing. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I wish I could articulate certain arguments in the right way, and I wonder if in an edited format where they only see the results and stuff, maybe they'd be like, okay, I can understand to a certain extent what they're trying to get across. You know, that kind of thing. I mean, that might be me being needlessly optimistic. It's entirely possible. But I also just would like to see if it was like... I'd also like to just see if in general, people liked my character. Like, that would be a huge, like, a confidence thing. Like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It would just be it would get my confidence and get me, like... It would make me happy, and it would make me feel like... It would definitely boost my confidence by a fair amount. And so, it would be fun to see. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm hoping to everything that... I'm hoping to everything that they both do incredibly well, because they are, in my opinion, very, very funny people. And people as well that, if you get to know them, are like incredibly like fun and entertaining and engaging and like nice people. I'm not fucking dying to the Void Dragon again. I'm not dying to the Void Dragon again. I'm not dying to the Void Dragon again. We're gonna take the longest way around it, physically possible. It's gonna take a while for me to kill this thing, but I'm too scared to use any of my moves that have like a bit of AoE. Because I'm scared that I'll aggro that level 40 super boss that randomly is sleeping right here. Nice, we're in. Hacker voice, we're in. We're fighting the blimmin', I don't know what you call these. I call them like metal owls, but I don't know if they're really owls, right? It's sort of like, I don't know if there's a particular bird that they really represent. You wouldn't call these harpies, right? Because they're not what you'd think a harpy is. Maybe because they're not scantily clad women. Beautiful flying women, as the Yogscast would say. But I don't know what you'd call them. I like the design. I think design is one of the points that I feel like they really excel at making interesting. I like seeing what their take is of a lot of cultures, like what their mythology looks like and their version of it. It's always interesting to see. You know, you do get a lot of repeats. For example, the dog that I feel like every version of does the exact same thing, which is does an immediate like line attack that heals, either heals itself or stacks some form of bleed on you. I like how these dudes sort of wait. It allows me to just sort of go on a merry-go-round killing them. Because if they were a bit more like close together, I don't think I could take two of these without using a healing ability. And I wouldn't be able to reliably do that, so I wouldn't be reliably able to get the chain. You know, there was a chance I would have played that Deep Sky Derelict, and that's definitely on the list of things I will play. It's just that as I said in the tweet, it's just like I've had this sort of like calling to play this again. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go back into the story. I feel like if I've waited this long and we're so close to an expansion, I may as well just wait and do it all with the expansion. You know, it feels like it would be the norm, right? It should be the thing that's done. See, this is what I mean. Occasionally my keyboard freezes up, and I feel like I need to get a new one. Because I don't think it's a problem with the connection, because it doesn't happen with my mouse, which is technically connected by the same thing. I think I've just screwed over my keyboard, maybe by like accidentally dropping something on it. I wouldn't be surprised if I put like accidentally put like a Coke or something. Oh, has it become day? Oh, that's much nicer. Coke or something on the blimmin' keyboard ages ago, and it's now doing like irreversible damage to the whole thing. I wouldn't be particularly surprised if that was true. I'm not sure that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was, you know? You know, the other day I heard about somebody that's like, they've been streaming for a year to one subscriber. So not subscriber, one follower. So I guess to one person is the best way. And they were like, they suddenly just blew up and they've actually become like able to do what they wanted to do. You know, able to become a streamer. And their quality apparently wasn't like incredible. And me seeing that definitely gave me a bit of a boost to my ego. Is that the right word? Boost to my confidence, probably the better word. Because it was like, okay, look at this. Like, this person, they persisted and they succeeded. Is that guaranteed to be you? No, but is it possible? Is what you're doing possible? Do you not have to spend a bunch of money figuring out what to do here, what to do there, and like put in a lot of effort to make sure that everything's exactly right? Or do you just have to be regularly doing stuff and making sure that your personality comes across in some way? And that's sort of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure that people see my personality, and if they like it, they stay. If they don't, they leave. You know, that's the end of the day. That's what it is. And I'm sure at some point I'll get somebody that actually comes to regularly watch it. If it's only one person, then it's only one person. You know, it's just how it is. It's always that. It always has been, always will be. I'm sorry, I always go depressing with this stuff. I really do, and I don't know. Let me go back to what I was saying. I will say Deep Sky Derelict. I'm pretty sure it's called that. That game is really good. Really, really good. I would highly recommend it. I said it in the tweet, and I meant it. It felt like there's this difficulty curve when it comes to, in my opinion, when it comes to Darkest Dungeon, which this game I feel like is definitely comparable to. There is a difficulty curve with it that... Oh no, let's say it as this. There's a difficulty curve that comes with Darkest Dungeon where initially there's this huge undertaking, like this huge amount that you have to do to actually become like semi-good at it. Because you've got to manage this stress, and there's so many things that cause stress, and you've got to make sure that like you manage all the traits and stuff. And it really feels overwhelming to me. I'm sure there's somebody who's played it that's like, no, this is easy, right? But this is my impression of it that puts me off playing it from watching people play it, and from like what I've seen of it, right? And that sort of initial undertaking just isn't really there with Deep Sky Derelict. I think it's called Deep Sky Derelict. I'm gonna be so annoyed if it's not called that, because with that game, the sort of equivalent to the stress bar, the bar that you need to, that isn't health that you need to keep track of, is energy. And energy is a lot more, in my opinion, a lot more easy to track. And they just give you a load of stuff that like allows you to regain said energy. And so it doesn't feel as bad when you're in a situation where like, oh no, I've misjudged the energy and like I don't have enough now, what do I do? Well, you've got a load of these little cells that you get at in the early missions that just allow you to continue to play the game. So yeah, I would highly recommend that game. It's a bit old now, obviously, because I've had it for a while. I think it's Deep Sky Derelict is what it's called. But yeah, that game, highly recommend it. Highly, highly recommend it. It's also got a really cool aesthetic. I think the aesthetic probably is another reason why I compared it to Darkest Dungeon. It isn't as gritty and dark as Darkest Dungeon, but it has that sort of, I guess, like, sort of, I don't know how you'd put it, like, really, like, it has the dark aesthetic, like the really, like, existential crisis kind of thing, where, like, everything's not going well over here. Like, that kind of feel. Like, you for example, I'll give you an example of one of the, like, sort of quests you get in that game, right? You appear, and you find this blimmin', three-headed robot. And he's, like, questioning his life. He's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know my purpose. I don't know what's happening. And he's always talking in threes. It's like, who am I? Where am I? Why am I? You know, it's like they've gone insane, right? That they don't know what to do. And you're like, okay, mate, I'll try and find someone to help you. And then you go over to this other robot that's, like, really running low on power. And you get his core back. And so he can finally talk to you, and he's like, hey, I'm guarding the robot making factory. And you're like, okay. And then you talk to him and you go, hey, have you any idea what this robot's about? It's got like 3 heads. And he's like, oh yeah, two of these scavengers got into the robot making facility, crushed themselves into a robot unintentionally. And so that robot you were seeing is one robot and 2 humans, like personalities, squished together. And so you go back to him and go, hey, this is what happened. You were like a result of like a malfunction because people wanted to steal stuff from the robot making facility. And you're like, okay, that's a bit weird. And then he's like, okay, well, what do I do now? Do I embrace the primordial, like, human nature that I have? Or do I like, continue... Or do I continue to be a robot and follow my sort of robot part? Hold on a second. Let me reset the jazz. That's definitely why those 2 people left. It's because there wasn't enough jazz. And then it's like, hey, there was like 3 decisions. It was like, embrace the robotic side or embrace like the human side. But the human side was called like the primordial, like, chaos in me. And the other one was called like, just, you're a robot, embrace being a robot, right? And I went with the third option that was like, why don't you just sort of think for yourself? And he was like, no, I can't have that. And then you hear a bang and then he's gone. It's like that kind of, like, existential, like, there's always, like, a bit of dread in these places. And, like, you're going to find this You're trying to find this mothership, right? And there's so you're going to all these wrecks, and you're trying to find these command modules, and like, you go up to them, and you have to try and get the location information from all of them, right? Seems simple enough. Problem is that these creatures have been around for these robots have been around for so long, and they're artificial AI. They've effectively run out of. They don't know what to do with their life, and they've had enough time and intelligence to actually think about what their life is. And so you're in a situation where a lot of them ask for like weird things, or have gained weird habits that have started to infect their like system. Effectively them just gaining a personality. But yeah, it was very interesting to play that game. I would definitely highly recommend it. You know, I kind of wish that, to a certain extent, that they would get rid of this thing that says that how many people I've got watching, just because occasionally I look at it and go, oh, somebody came in and left, you know, and it feels bad. But then I realize that, hold on a second, you don't need to feel bad about that, because they were probably just trying to sell you something. And I know that that's not true for all of them, and that there's probably some people that actually just didn't like me talking a load. So at the end of the day, I've got a very high-pitched, squeaky voice. I don't come across, I don't feel like, incredibly well. And so I could see people just not wanting to listen to me talk over and over again, especially about a completely different game than the game we're playing, right? But I don't know, I worry speak, and I'm sure that that's a huge problem that I shouldn't be doing, but I do. I worry speak. I hope that anybody that like there's actually people that would do like this and just want to chat. That's the thing with this one, is like, if people don't like this one, they don't like this one, but this is like the best I've got. This is me trying to be the most open. And I don't know, I think it's giving me more confidence. I feel more confident, but it might change once there's actually somebody that can talk back and that I know isn't my friend, right? Because it's obviously different when it's my friend, because I know, I have that feeling of like, well, I can disagree with this person and I won't feel bad. Like, I don't feel like I can be that kind of aggressiveness that I feel like... I think aggressiveness is the wrong word. I guess assertive might be the right word, that you kind of have to be when you're having a conversation with somebody. Just to make sure that your, like, point is, you know, like, listened to. But hey, I don't know, it's weird. It's very, very weird at this point. All of this is so out of my comfort zone. I mean, I've been doing this since November, right? Which is, it's not a small amount of time, it's almost half a month now. But to this day, you got to realize that I'm comparing this experience to my whole life, where effectively all I did when I came home would be to turn off from the world, except for like the last 6 years. And that sounds like a lot, right? It's like, oh, you're not like a introvert, like person who's never talked with anybody, you've been talking with friends for 6 years, yes. But when you compare that to how long I've actually lived, it's not a lot. Not a lot. I'm not a spring chicken, as they say. As nobody says, and it shows them my age, right? Do you ever feel like that maybe you're giving these monsters a mercy? Normally I don't. Normally it does feel like I'm killing just needless wildlife, but there's no way that anything like this would ever naturally be spawned. This is the result of somebody like making a horrendous experiment, and that experiment somehow escaping, and in the process somehow being able to breed itself to the point that where this exists. Like, there's no way that this thing is a naturally occurring creature, right? At least it doesn't seem like it would be. Right, once we hit 20, I'm gonna go check one area, and then, surprisingly, I didn't expect this, because I didn't think it'd been that long. I might do one of these again, because I've had a lot of fun doing this, and it's gone really quickly, because it's already been 2 hours. It didn't even catch on to me when I switched over my 2-hour blimmin' playlist that it had been this long, but it has, and I've gained 1 level. I mean, admittedly, I am not doing the actual grind that you're supposed to do. It's a lot quicker if you're a tank as well, because you can just gather all of them up, all of them up, and then you just repeatedly do the spin attack. But I've been having fun, and if I only gain 1 level, I only gain 1 level. I hit chain 20. What's the chain? Is it 25? We'll hit the end of the chain, and when we hit the end of the chain, that's when I'll call it. After just checking to see if I can actually find the next area that would have like level 31s if I defeat these dudes. Because I've got no idea how you get to the rest of the map, if I'm being completely honest. I do like this song. I mean, there is other jazz that I could be putting on, but I think there's a difference between the upbeat jazz and the jazz that I think is enough that it stays in the background, but also kind of gets me hyped up. I kind of need this hype for a Monday, because it's a Monday. It's the start of the blimmin' work week. You know, I don't think I've met a person who's like, I love Mondays, and if they do, I would love to know about them, because that probably means they've got a very nice job, or they don't work Mondays. It's the only possible answer. They either love their job or they don't work Mondays. And there is, I think statistically, not a lot of people who love their job. I was talking to my friend actually, because I realised that we're getting closer and closer to me being finished with Rogue Trader, because I've heard the next couple acts go quicker. So I was interested to see, like, okay, what do I choose next? What's the next thing on the I want to play it sort of block? I think my general thinking for it was maybe I'd play either... I'm sorry, I had to concentrate there because it was a blooming dragon. I would either play some Baldur's Gate, because why not? I mean, it's the most popular game of blooming last year, so I may as well give it a shot. Or I play... It's up there, isn't it? It's up here. or I'd play some, what's the word? I'd play something like Dragon's Dogma. Because the second Dragon's Dogma probably comes out around the time that I'm probably going to be finished with Rogue Trader. And there's a real worry that because I've played through the first part of Baldur's Gate so much that I'd actually feel I'd feel bored by the first bit and then just not really play the rest. What do I use my tokens for? You know what? No, I'm going to do a bit of Golden Saucer because I want to do some Golden Saucer. And I can go until 9, right? I would initially start at 9, so it makes sense. And why not do something fun for a bit? Why not? Hey Gatekeeper, when's the next event? I'll do one event. Held at 8:40. It is 8:37. Yes, I would wish to participate in this. What would it say? Leap of faith? Okay, that's fine. Do 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 do. We'll start dancing and then we're going to just relax and talk. So yeah, it's probably going to either be Dragon's Dogma or Baldur's Gate, and I do think there is a good chance that I play Dragon's Dogma instead, because I think there's more of like a... I feel like I'd get more fun out of it, if you know what I mean. I know it's weird to say, but I feel like even though I have this, what do I want to say? I feel like even though I know Baldur's Gate and I love D&D, I feel like I'd have a lot more fun playing the newer game. But I could be completely wrong. But this is my plate. I don't know how you actually edit, like, how you make them cool. So I just made it look like this. It's generic genericness. People have like been making fancy ones. I don't know how you do it. I can do that. That's cool. I can put like a quill. That's not really me. Money. A map. Which one of these is just like... What's this? Oh, that's incredibly cute. Is there a cat one? Is there a cat one? Oh, that's pretty cute. That's pretty... Oh, I'm taking the chicken. You have to take the chicken, right? What else can I add? Black frame? White frame? Gridarian frame? Limsa Laminsa? Yeah. I'm just gonna go through and do this. Laminsa? No, I don't want tape. No, these all look bad. What about that one? No, that looks bad. Purple? No? Okay. Well, that's the most we're getting out of that. Let's do this leap of faith. Let's start it. I'm ready. I'm gonna fail at this, by the way. I'm really bad at these. I'm bad. Lost my keyboard. That's my excuses out the way. Let's do this. Oh, and there's so many people doing it at the moment. Oh, why did I take this way? I knew it would be slower because I'd just be taking it so slow. Okay. Oh, I want this. I missed. I blimmin' missed. Why did I miss again? Right, let's try this again. We're just gonna keep jumping this. I'm sorry for my bad performance. That's all I can say. I'm taking the long way. Screw it. Oh, there's a thing here. I didn't even get that. Come on, I have to get this, right? Yes! Okay, genius. Got one of them. Right, I'm on a roll now. I'm on a roll. Okay, okay. I'm worried that there was some sort of one I've missed there. I hate those pine cones. They do not feel like they have proper actual things set in them. Wait, you're gonna say that there's something there, isn't there? There's something there. There's nothing there. What's the point? What's the blimmin' point? What's this? Oh, it just jumps you all the way up? Are you supposed to be up here? I haven't missed anything by doing this, have I? Because I'm an elite gamer. I can definitely get all of the silvers, all the silvers, all the golds, all the bronzes, all the... Wait, what's down there? Is that like an alternate path? Have I taken the easy path? The answer is probably. But I don't think I want to try for anything more than this. Oh, no, this is just where you fall when you fall. You know what? This one isn't as hard as I thought it was. I have, back in the day... Back in the day, I had done some. I had done some of the... I have done one of them at the... What's the word? I have done one of the one of these maps as like... As 100%. Wait, so you can either jump up there like that, or you can do this. But what's the bonus of doing the other way? Is there like a bronze statue there or something? Does it give you bonuses? Oh no, I fell off again. I'm not gonna finish this. I'm not gonna finish this. I'm literally... I've come into the screen, I've come too cocky, and I'm screwed. I'm screwed. I'm screwed. I'm not taking enough time. I'm taking too much time, I mean. You all know what I mean. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Am I rage quitting? I'm not gonna rage quit. 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 You're stronger than this. You're stronger than this. You're stronger than this. You've got this. Keep jumping. Keep jumping. Keep jumping. Keep jumping. You're a god. You've literally dealt with gods before. You've dealt with gods before. You've dealt with gods before. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Cool. They're all laughing at you. They're all laughing at you. No, you've got this. Got this. Got this. You've got this. Just keep the jumps. Keep your jumps. Don't overdo the pine cones. You know that you overdid the pine cones. You always overdo the pine cones. Why do you overdo the pine cones? You keep doing the blimmin' pine cones. It's going to turn into a fortress, and you know it. Bug steal, horrendous typing. So it won't be good. And you always go grass types anyway, so having another thing that's weak to fire is useless. So don't overdo the blimmin' pine cones. Oh, there's a thing right there. I'll take that. Nice. Go up. Go up. I don't want to do that. I know I'll miss one of those jumps. I need to do the least amount of jumps. I don't care how hard the jumps are, but if there isn't a lot of them, I'm good. No! Why did you try and skip it? Why did you think that would work? Why is that? Has that ever worked? Has any of your... Dingus! You dingus! You goddamn dingus! I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. This sounds like I'm not having fun. I am having fun. I like doing these. If I remember correctly, this one was actually quite hard for me. Acorn? Acorn? You didn't hit space fast enough. You moved forward. You thought... You moved forward, you dingus. You moved forward. How long do I have? 2 minutes 50. Right. We're not going to make a single mistake right now. Every jump, you're not going to even think about them. You're not even going to think about them. The jumps are you. You are the jumps. You've got this. You've got this. You've got this. Yep. 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 Be confident in yourself. Don't stop. Don't stop. Stopping is for the weak. You're going to jump on this. It's going to send you up. It's going to... You're going to do incredible. You're going to go like this. You're not going to stop moving. 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 You should have stopped moving. You should have taken that. You should have taken that slower. You should have taken that slower. You didn't have the run up. Okay. This time you are going to stop moving. You are going to stop moving. You are going to stop moving. Don't let this blimmin' almost naked person with a chicken hat win. Yes, I know it's a chocobo, but I'm not going to acknowledge that that species exists because he's pissed me off. And you started getting in your head there. You know what? That's the problem. You got in your head. You're fine. You're going to do this. You're good. Mushroom jump 1, done easily. 2, easy. 3, not a problem. Do you know what I mean? You're going to jump to this big purple mushroom. You're going to do it incredibly. You're going to jump again. You're going to get over to there. You're going to jump again. You're going to get on that pine cone and that second pine cone and then that acorn, and then you're going to get over to the blue mushrooms. Get over to the blue mushrooms. You're going to jump over to here, and immediately you're going to jump onto this one because you're too scared to do that one. But that's fine. You know your limit. You know your limit, and you're hoping you're going to get one more of those cacti. You're hoping for a silver one. You're not hoping, you're willing it into existence. You jump the first thing, easy. You jump the second one, easy. You jump the third one, easy. You jump the fourth one, absolutely easy. You might have been able to get back up there. You might have been able to get back up there. Okay, okay. You stumbled on your words, and that's what's the problem. So we're going to go with this easy. We're not even going to say anything about the jumps, but we're going to keep a constant talking motion so you don't overthink anything. Look, there's a Hrothgar over there. I wonder why they chose Hrothgar. I chose it because I'm a blimmin' idiot. Chose it because I'm a blimmin' idiot. Let's try that again. Okay. Jump 1. Jump 2. Jump 3. Jump off the blimmin' edge. There's 2 seconds left. Why do you even try? You didn't even make it a third of the way through, mate. You got some MGP? 800 when you need blimmin' 2,000 or whatever it was to get the car that you just bought, you blimmin' dingus. Yeah, what's the next one? I need redemption. What's the next one? Gate person? Tell me what the next one is. I need to know. I can't leave it at that. It's not fair. Not fair. It's not fair. Where the blimmin' gatekeeper? Gatekeeper, please tell me that there's one happening in like 10 minutes. Cliffhanger. 10 minutes. 9 minutes. Got it. Got it. We're not leaving on a low. We're leaving on a high. We're going to leave on a high. We're going to beat this. Show them how it is. Right. So we don't know what this is, but we're gonna guess, right? I think it's gonna be one of those ones where you got to dodge a lot of stuff. Now, initially, I'm not very good at those, but you just have to follow somebody, right? That's all you have to do. You just have to follow someone. So that should be fine. You're good at following people. You are very much a follower. You're very much a sheep, aren't you, Jack? Yes, I am. So I'll be good. I'm not sure. Is it adventure plates that they see? No, it's definitely these portraits, right? We're editing this 100%. The design. Ooh, ethereal. I mean, I kind of just wish this didn't look like this. Why does this... No. Edit. Character. Why do I look like this? Why does it have this one on? Why can't I have it as my actual glamour? Edit portrait. I don't know what's happening here. What? You know what? We're not going to look at that. Look, use your Insta portrait. I don't care. That one's not bad. I like that. I like my ninja one. Where's my dancer one? My dancer one's pretty fucking cool. Let's be honest. You look at that and you're like, that's a man who knows how to dance, right? Yeah, that's a man who knows how to dance. That's him. Look at that guy. Look at that dude. That's the man. Come on, be faster. I need to show them my skill. I don't want it to leave on that. Look at this dude. He's great. It's my chocobo. Never used him. Straight up never used him. Didn't even have the ability to summon him for a while. Okay, so this is my list of mounts. I've obviously got this dude. He's incredible. I will have no say otherwise. I got this guy. He's a Firefox. I use Chrome, but I still allow it. I got this incredible car. This car's the best. I love this car. But more importantly, a bunch of people holding me on a blimmin' thing. I don't know what it's called. Then I got this cool phoenix. Cool boat. This reindeer. And this dog. Yes, I've got a dog. But more importantly, who cares about mounts? Minions. Now look at this dude. Look at this dude and tell me he's not incredible. These people, technically spoilers. Shouldn't really have been clicking on them. But these people, they're not spoilers. That's 2B. From near. Yes, I am running out of ideas. Yes, I'm just trying to stall for 5 minutes. Look, I need to get better with this stuff, but I'm not. So, this is what you're gonna get. It's me rambling for about an age or two. Let's see if I have a cool glamour plate that's cool. I don't remember what half of my glamour plates are, if I'm being honest. I think this is probably weirdly... I don't know. I don't really think any of them are incredible. This one's kind of cool. I just like its simplicity. This one's the I'm a dad. This is my I'm a dad and I'm here to pick up my kid, but also look, I'm cool one. This is... I like these glasses. These glasses will appear in a lot of my stuff. This is my dancer one. This is my dancer one. I love this one. It looks so fabulous. This is just incredible. I love this armor. I wish they did more with this armor. You know, I'm gonna do this and I'm immediately get... There's two ways this happens. Either I immediately do this, and in the process of doing this, I realize that I'm bad at it. Yes, we're going into a flashy effect battle. Look, I can't do the flashy effects unless I have an enemy. I can't do flashy effects unless I have an enemy, mate. Be nice, wing. I don't know what that means. We're fine. Don't worry about it. I'm ready to lose. By the way, they did the Fall Guy event. That's insane. You know how I said I hadn't played for a year? I realized that was a lie because I definitely did the Fall Guy event, and the Fall Guy event was fun, if not really annoying. I definitely raged a lot, and I mean a lot in that blimmin' thing. What else do I have? They've probably got more emotes than me. Jesus. Jesus. This occasionally happens. And it's what I live for. Jesus. You too. Yes! That's the kind of one I want to see. That's the dance. The YOL dance is the best dance. At dance. Ooh! Time! I don't know what this is about. I don't think I've ever done this before. That's a bomb. Where do you lose as soon as you get hit by a bomb? That's worrying. Oh. Did I immediately lose? Wait, no, you just click this again, don't you? Okay, I kinda like this. I kinda like this. I've wanted to see what's at the top of this for a while. That's a bomb. That's another fucking bomb! Why are there so many friggin' bombs? Don't go off. No. No. That's cheating. That's cheating. There was a bomb in either side. How was I supposed to know? Let's try that again. Okay. Avoid bombs. Jump puzzles. Done it. Who is throwing all these bombs? It's an incredible safety hazard. Come on. Come on, Jack. I can't freaking jump that literal tiny little thing. It's the most basic of the basic things. I'm too big. That's my excuse, okay? I'm too big. I'm too big. I'm too big. I mean, if I'm here, it can't get me if I'm here. Yeah. You know what? That didn't even hear me. Are you ready for me to do this again and win? I'm definitely good at this. 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 A, B, 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 B. Up, down, B, A, start. How? Who, what, where, when, why, how? Look, I really was trying my best there. And believe me when I say I was trying my best. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Hey! I mean, I'm not gonna get hit by that grenade or anything. That dude jumped off. No. I made it. I actually made it. I'm a genius. I'm an absolute genius. Bang. Boom. I'm here. I'm actually here. Y'all dance on top. And with this being the end, I've been JD Moss. It's been great to do this. For the 2 people that came in very, very briefly, I hope you had a great time for those 2 minutes where I was rambling. For everyone else, hope you have a great time. See ya. Bye.